Hello. Welcome everybody to another wonderful episode of Comedy and D. I'm Kevin O'Shea. I'll be running this for you guys. I will be your wonderful dungeon master. We have my favorite players in the whole world. We have Casey Muller,
In isolation.
Simon Timony,
In isolation, out of isolation.
not sure what that means, but more importantly, we have Cassie B.
I'm in hibernation, for the record. Yeah. Maybe that's what he was trying to say. Not sure, but eating and whatnot. Hello.
We are. What is this our fourth episode?
Fourth?
3.5.
Yeah,
Only
session zero.
died. You've only almost had a completely died in one episode. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good ratio. We're killing it and being.
Yeah, I try to make it more, but it doesn't always happen.
I mean, 75%, that's like a C or a D or something.
You know, we try.
C's get degrees, for the record.
C's get degrees.
Yeah.
98 C degrees.
C's get degrees, D's get disease.
102 degrees. They're a great band.
Yeah. If you got 102 degrees, take care of yourself.
Please.
Don't touch your face.
God.
Touch other people's faces.
Just touching your guys' faces instead. Okay, so we've been having lovely adventures. We have Arcturian. Arcturian left his group of traveling con men. Joined con people, con persons, con goblin, just a lot of cons. And you joined some traveling merchants, you killed a wolf, and you met up with the newly unicycled Officer Tom, an undercover goblin, bard, rogue extraordinaire, who working on his case, taking him south to Glen River Falls, where you met the fabulous Mr. Krillington, a penguin on his own, no Mr. Popper to hold him back, who had left his snowflake island searching for a cure of what was causing the glaciers to melt. You found yourself in Glen River Falls, a bustling community for adventurers that really was just a town of guys getting drunk and partying and hanging out and calling themselves adventurers. They sent you to deal with the kobold threat to the south. You found out the actual kobold threat was just a bunch of bandits wearing kobold masks, and then actually the kobolds had moved south of town, being priced out, and created their own village that was much further technologically advanced than anyone would come to expect. You went back to town to Glen River Falls to get Hoskins, the civil engineer of the small town, who wanted to build a sewer system and show him what the kobolds were doing. And also, Officer Tom had a secret, not so secret agenda of seducing the kobold leader, Zazzla.
Which worked, by the way.
You have to rewatch that tape because Zazzla seemed to fall for Hoskins, leaving you with Zazzla's younger sister, Izzy, who seemed dead set getting her eyes on Officer Tom.
Yeah.
In fact, they were on their way to a double date. Zazzla and Hoskins and Officer Tom and Izzy going to the Ritz Kobold for ice cream. That's where we left off. Before we join our flirty foursome, Arcturian, Mr. Krillington, what do you guys are you just in the Kobold Town? There are kobolds around. There was kind of, Zazzla and Izzy were sort of your de facto tour guides, and they're heading off, but there are other kobolds just kind of chilling out.
Well, Mr. Krillington, is this a chance for you to try to figure out if there's any evidence of this thing you're looking for here?
I was going to ask, what do we see? Any cool, statues or devices that might be causing the world to melt, or perhaps will fix the glacier melt.
Why don't you make a perception check?
Okay. 9.
9. You do notice. You notice that they do have some sort of train, mass transit system. They have very fancy street lamps and just buildings. Surprisingly, they're like 4-story buildings, but they're kobold size, so they're probably about 2-story buildings for us.
Hey, Arcturian, what's that thing right there with the light bulb in it on that really tall stick?
I don't know if
I've never seen that.
I don't know if I know what that is.
Oh, you've never seen that either?
Light bulb?
Why don't you both make a investigation check?
25 or 23. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, just as an artificer, you quickly put together that this is some sort of lighting device. So it's a little bit odd because like kobolds have such good dark vision, but it's very respectful and classy of them to have thought of the nighttime lighting.
Is there heat coming out of it?
I see where you're going with this.
Do I know that if there's heat coming out since it's a light bulb, or is it like a soft glow and not a lot of heat?
No, it's a soft glow. This is a little bit more magic in nature than like some sort of steampunk thing.
Okay, I won't do anything to it. I'll let it be. I don't think that's what's causing anything. That's okay. What do I think? Do I see the train? Is it going anywhere? Or train? Have you seen that thing before? What is it that is so loud?
These guys are.
And why are people getting on and off?
Let's try it. Let's ride the train.
And why don't you make an intelligence roll, Arcturian?
6.
You've heard of things that might be trains, but they might also just be like giant worms that moved people. It's kind of confusing and new to you.
Yeah.
But you guys didn't get on the train.
We can ask the kobold where it's going first.
Yeah, it's just around
Or
town.
just get on. Like, is it just like going in a circle, like one of those trains like at a fair?
Oh yeah, there's a
Okay.
little kobold in an adorable conductor hat and overalls, and he's like, yeah, the train is a circle around the town, hitting the major spots. First this is downtown, which is one of the major spots. The second biggest stop would be the Spire, and the third it kind of goes to Koboldville, the little kind of suburban sprawl area where a lot of people live.
This sounds amazing.
Any plans to extend it to River Glen Falls?
Well, we'd have to go over the mountain, so that would be, he's scratching his chin, thinking about it. Oh, there I go, touching my face. Oh, don't be a Kevin. Don't touch your face. He's like, oh, well, we'd have to go over the mountain, and we'd have to go over the pass, and there are bandits on that pass. That's why it's called Bandit Pass. So I don't know. That would be difficult, but I'm sure that would get more people in the village, and it would be good for us.
So
I want to go on.
Yeah, it's just
Arcturian,
sightseeing.
do you think we should get on?
How much is the ticket?
1 silver, and you get an all-day pass.
All right.
I think I know the currency now. I'll give him like 1 copper because I don't know the difference yet. But I know it's not ale and rocks and bread.
And so the kobold is like, okay, I need 10 more of those.
Okay. I put 10 more.
Okay. Well, sorry. I'm sorry. He gives you 1 back. 9 more. I need 10 total.
Yeah, very
I
honest.
see what kind of
kobold.
person you are, but thank you. You're honest.
I'll give him a silver.
Okay. And he graciously takes the silver. And you guys get on the train. And we're going to cut over there to Officer Tom. You walked into this very swanky hotel lobby, and you're in. Then you guys go off to the little restaurant that has a very like kind of 1950s peach pit soda fountain vibe. They have a table for Zazzla, like she's known, she was important. Why don't you make a dex check?
18, baby!
Oh,
18!
wow.
18.
Yeah, that was too loud.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very loud.
18, baby! 18.
He's excited.
18. Okay, so actually,
What do I win? What did I win?
well,
Is this kind
hold
of?
on.
Did I get mint chocolate chip? Is that?
Okay, so you kind of position yourself. You have the first choice of where to sit on this table for 4.
And there is, oh gosh.
So there's, it's a pretty classic like diner setup. Like there's 2 chairs on each side. The far chairs are pushed against the wall, and then there's, the chairs closest to you are on the aisle.
I want to invite, and it's Zazzla and
Hoskins.
Hoskins. I want to invite them to
Izzy.
sit across. I don't care. I want them to sit across from me. I say, I'm so happy that we could enjoy ourselves here, and I offer them the seat, the sort of the seats across from me. I'm going to sit in the bench, the booth. Is it a booth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to sit in the booth, and I want to just take up. I imagine if the person on the outside would have to get up if the person on the inside wanted to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to sit on the outside, and I'm not going to move. So I want Zazzla and Hoskins to sit across from me, and I want to sit on the outside and just cross my hands and stare into them faces.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Izzy's gonna do an acrobatics check to get over you, and I'm gonna say if it's over 12, it'll be in her favor.
Okay.
9. Okay, so you're kind of able.
Right. I was about to cutting words that, but okay.
You can't cut any words.
I don't care. So what happens? What happens when Izzy tries to do an acrobatics check over my head into the booth?
She falls down, and then she's gonna use her ability. She's gonna grovel, cower, and beg.
Oh, and, for real.
Wow.
So I need you. I'm gonna make a wisdom save at disadvantage. That's how it's gonna work out.
All right, wisdom save at disadvantage. Okay. Plus my 2 bardic inspirations. That's an 11. I'm sorry, 10. That's a 10.
I don't know how you're adding 2 bardic inspirations, but
I'm gonna do this. Okay.
But
10.
anyways, so that fails, and you feel bad, and you're compelled to let her in some choice. You can like open up your legs and kind of let her cross over you, or you can just scoot in.
I'm gonna go over to her. I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna hold out a hand, and I'm just gonna whisper, "This is only because I'm an officer of the law." But I'm gonna help her up, and I guess I don't know. What do we put some ice cream on that or something? Just I'll put her on the inside.
Okay.
Where's Zazzla? Am I sitting across from her?
Yeah, you're sitting across from Hoskins.
Good.
So you set down Izzy, and she just leans over and she gives you a little peck on the cheek and says, "You're such a flirt."
Oh, wow. I'm not supposed to touch my face. I don't know why you think you can.
It's a fantasy world. There's no coronavirus there.
Right. I'm going to look around, and I want to flag down a waitress indicating my assertive nature.
Okay. Make just a straight charisma roll.
I can. 7.
Okay,
I'm short. I'm very short.
Yeah, I mean the kobolds are short too, but it's a little bit. You're just like waitress, and you just come off a little impatient, but they come.
It's one of those things where like I see them coming, and then as the word just gets out of my mouth, they've already turned and are out of just if the waitress can't, I've learned if waitresses can't see you, they also can't hear you.
Yeah.
I think it's a medical thing or science. But I go, okay, and I'm just hoping nobody at the table just thinks the worst of me. Okay.
And so eventually the waitress is over, and you're sitting very dominantly up front. She asks you first what you would like.
A round. We'll take a round. Please.
A round of.
Please now. Thank you.
And then Izzy just goes, "Oh, a round of chocolate shakes for the table. Thank you, dear." And the waitress smiles at Izzy and you and goes off.
What are those? What are chocolate shakes?
So they take this really delicious kind of dark but like sweet
Anyway,
flavor.
Zazzla, how long and what type of martial arts are you trained in?
And then Izzy's like, okay, and then so they mix that with cow's milk and it's a milkshake. Mm-hmm. And Zazzla
because I have this really I'm pretty stealthy. Recently I kind of just died, but after I came back I was like able to hide in my I miss my bush. And I kind of just say, it's out here. It's not easy. We all come here for a better life, but sometimes we lose the things we love. And for me, that was my unicycle and my bush. But I want to find them again because when I love something, I don't let it go.
Izzy says, "Oh, he's so sensitive," and goes to comfort you. Zazzla goes,
my face.
I'm more of magic and the arcane, and she pulls out just one of her talons and spins just a little bit of fire on the edge. Martial arts is more of Izzy's purview, and
because I don't like those things myself.
Zazzla takes like a spoon and flicks it up in the air.
Yeah, more into magic.
And Izzy just rolled a 25 to just snap it. So she was very quick.
I really.
And why do you make an insight check?
On whom am I making this insight check?
Just kind of on the table.
All right, not on any one person.
Well, it's going to be information about both Izzy and Zazzla, and we'll give you some information on Hoskins if it's good enough, too.
If they're under 25, may I roll that with advantage? Because I have hello, fellow young people as my background.
I thought that was on deception.
It's on deception and insight checks.
Okay, yeah, you can roll with advantage then.
All right. Well, first one was a 5. That is a 6 plus 3 is 9. I'm going to burn those dice.
Yes, I mean even at 9, it's like it takes you kind of a minute to put it together, but you realize that Izzy is some sort of monk and Zazzla appears to be some kind of sorcerer.
Ah, okay.
And
that's great.
With a 9, you realize that like Hoskins is like just a dude. That guy is like he's got like 5 hit points. Can't hold a weapon. He's
a total tool.
Math and numbers guy.
Commoner.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the competition is competition's light. I like it. Does our round show up? Does our round come?
Yeah, a minute later. They don't take too long to make. They come. You can get a milkshake. Izzy and Zazzla are just noticeably excited.
Zazzla, for me, it's like, the martial arts don't really interest me that much. Probably for my next, couple levels, I'm thinking of going into something a little bit more arcane. Maybe wizard, maybe something, I can sort of commune with the weave a little bit more. But, we'll see. It's kind of how I roll right now.
And she's like, "Oh, that's wonderful, dear. And Hoskins, what do you do again?" He's like, Well, right now I'm trying to build a sewer for River Glen Falls. Oh, that's fascinating. We had the hottest time building a sewer here. I mean, it helped that we were building the sewer and the train, and it kind of goes on like that for a minute, and Izzy just sort of nudges you. I'm like, oh my god, it gets so boring when they talk like about this.
Do you need to go to the bathroom or what?
No, I'm good. Do you need to go to the
Do you need to
bathroom?
get up? I can get up.
Oh, that's so
I'll get up.
sweet
It's
of
fine.
you.
Yeah.
No,
Sure.
no, I'm fine here.
All right.
And she stays
Yeah,
sitting,
'cause-
drinking her milkshake.
Uh huh. Uh-huh. And the other two are wrapped in conversation and
Yeah, they're talking about trains and the difficulty of building a train over the mountain.
I guess I
And
say,
she's-
Izzy, listen, I don't mean to, be the one to have to break this to you, and I just don't feel bad, but I think your sister's using you to get to me. I don't know. Girls are weird. I'm really, really hoping that we can be friends. I think that's what's going on. I've seen it a million times. It doesn't get any easier. But I want you to know that you're a good person and you'll find the right someone or something.
And man, Izzy's got the hot dice tonight. Are you doing persuasion or deception? What do you think? Well, it's deception because you're.
I think it's deceiving.
Yeah, so you get advantage. So make a deception check.
All right. Okay.
Do you want to know the DC, or do you feel better just going blind?
Let's go blind. That's a 21.
Okay. So she has. That doesn't seem right. Oh, that's because only level 2. She rolled a 19 and she has +3 to insight. So she goes,
Yep.
Tom, I can just call you Tom, right? Like, it seems weird to call you Officer Tom.
I mean, officer, it's my title, so officer.
Yeah, I mean, look, Zazzla and I have titles too, but we're normal people, and
right, we're friends. So, yeah, officer's fine.
Thank you. I think we are. I think I think we are going to be great friends. And I know everybody is enraptured with Zazzla. I'm her sister. It's been my whole life, and I know you don't like me. You don't like me yet. And she gives you a wink. And not her hot dice cooled down, so it's only an 8 persuasion. And she gets up and she leaves. And roll a perception check.
Okay. 12.
Okay, so she leaves, and about 30 seconds later, you notice that there's a little card underneath your chocolate milkshake, and it's there's an address that says Kobold Town, and it says, "Come and see me sometime, Izzy," and there's a little heart on it.
Hey, Zazzla, I think your sister just skipped out on the bill.
Oh,
she said she. I mean, that's fine. I'll pay. I don't mind paying. Like, I was gonna get everybody, but I don't know if that was a custom around here or something you guys did.
Zazzla goes, "Oh, honey, we have a tab here. We have an open tab."
Cool. Okay.
And Hoskins and Zazzla was about to show me the sewer system. Were you interested in? You didn't seem very interested, but did you want to come along?
I think she's waiting for you. Zazzla and I are we'll catch up. So we'll be there. But she's at and I give him the piece of paper that she left for me, and I say, I'm sorry, the piece of paper again. I can't recall. Did it have my name on it?
It didn't.
I'm gonna say this is she gave me this to give to you. She wants you to go meet her.
Make a deception check, and he is over 25.
Okay. That's 8.
And I think she meant to leave this with you. and pushes it back to you.
Oh.
And
I mean, yeah, I don't know anything about sewers, but I mean, if you need me to do your job because you think I'm more qualified and whatever, that's I'll step up because I'm like I said, I'm that kind of guy.
oh, good, you can take notes for me then. That would be great. Just if you have pen and paper ready, that would be
what's really
very
that
helpful.
hard to
He's very
understand?
excited.
Like you poo in a hole that goes somewhere. Like that's not the hardest thing in the world. I'm sorry. Okay.
But where does the poo go? It has to go out of town and
yeah.
sanitary.
Yeah, just put in some Kobold village. I mean, somewhere where you just do something with it.
When you say Kobold village, all like the people working there just turn over and kind of stare at you a little bit.
It's like I know what this is akin to. And I say, my best friend's Kobold.
And Zazzla is like, her eyes light. I'm like, oh, who's your best friend?
Well, you wouldn't know him. He's pretty far away in a different town and doesn't really have a name yet.
Okay, so
we're working on it.
You have advantage because she's under 25, but I'm giving you disadvantage because it was such a bad lie, so it's a straight roll.
Okay. Well, then that's... Sorry, did you say deception?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15.
15? She's like, oh! Like, so she believes you, but she doesn't really have any interest in it. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go to the sewer. And...
Did you want anything to go? Did you want a shake to go?
Oh no! But then, and she turns to the waitress and be like, "Oh, can you put this on tab and I'll sign for it?" She's like, "Yeah, of course. They love her here. Everybody loves her." And
I say thank you. As I leave, I'm like, thank you, everyone. I really hope you get good rights and people treat you and they don't put their poo stuff in your town. We're working on it. Great shakes. Great shakes. My best friend's Kobold. Bye.
And you go to leave, and we cut to the train. And Arcturian, Mr. Krillington, you get just a wonderful panoramic view of the village. It's a very short train. It's like, I don't know, have you ever taken the train in Seattle that just goes a quarter of a mile to the Space Needle? It's like that. It's just it's that, you could just kind of hang on, but it's open windows. It's very fascinating. You guys go for about a minute and a half. It's a nice view, and he goes, "Next stop, Spire."
I think we're supposed to get off at the Spire. Not sure what that is, but
so they told you there were 3 main stops that they always stop at.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can get off Spire, or you can keep going, or you can do whatever you want. That's pretty open-ended.
Arcturian, do you want to go to the Spire, or do you want to keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in. I don't know. Do they have gear here?
Yeah. You could look, but it's definitely possible that they have stores there.
Can we ask the conductor if he knows if there are any shops or if there's a device that's melting the world?
So you see the same cute little kobold in a conductor hat and overalls, and he goes, well, actually, most of the shopping was in the downtown area where you guys came from. I don't know about anything melting the world, but the Spire is kind of the technological center of Koboldville.
That sounds like the place to ask.
I agree. Let's get off here. Thank you for your time. I give him 1 pebble.
He's a little confused but fascinated. Thank you, and he tips his kobold hat.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And you guys get off, and there's a trail, and it's the little area is centered around just a literal spire. It's this very kind of floating, sort of arcane looking piece of technology, and there's a couple rings hovering around it, And either one of you can make an Arcana or History check if you want.
Okay, Arcana, I rolled a 12.
It sounds like
A 12?
Yeah.
You do notice these glyphs that are covering the rings around it. They're very old, and it's just you're not familiar with the writing or what they say.
Okay. Is the device lit up or anything, or like what are the rings at the top, or what is it doing?
There is like a magical glow to it.
Does it feel hot?
Make a perception check.
Okay, a 5.
It does not feel hot.
Okay, I'm done with this.
You're kind of. It takes you a minute. You're putting your flipper up to it. You're holding the crab, but you're not really getting a sense of heat out of it.
Well, you're the expert, Mr. Krillington.
Yeah, so this doesn't look familiar. It's not giving off heat. This is no use to me. I don't even know what this says. Is there anybody around? Like, maybe that's like work. I don't know if this is like somewhere you can work.
Yeah, is there like
somebody
research,
who works there?
Library.
Yeah, why don't you make a perception check?
Me or Arcturian?
Either one of you.
Okay, I rolled a 5.
So at a 5, you see some kobolds come through, and they're, they are wearing, like lab coats, and they have clipboards in their tiny hands, and they seem to be pretty busy, but they're going through the area.
Okay, I yell after them, "Excuse me, fellow scientists and researchers and smart men." Can they hear me? I'm like waving my flippers and my crabs dangling and trying to get their attention.
And why don't you make a persuasion check?
Okay. I have -2.
What's that?
Maybe I could help.
I have a -2 persuasion.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Nerds.
What's your persuasion roll?
Let's see. I got an 18.
Okay. Over 12, they didn't hear the nerds.
Can I run?
Yes, hello. How do you do?
Oh, I'm Mr. Krillington. I'm a man of science, just like yourselves. What is this device?
Oh, this is the Spire. It powers, many of the things you see around town, such as the train and then the lights and the ice cream parlor and yes, you have to try the just delicious chocolate milkshakes over at the Ritz Kobold.
I've never heard of that. What is that? It's ice cream.
What's
like milkshake?
Frosty dessert.
Ooh, a cold saltwater beverage. My favorite.
I'm not normally salty, but that sounds good, one of them says. What about just some salt and just a little bit of caramel? Oh, that sounds wonderful. Another one starts taking notes.
And what's the source of the power for this spire? Is it divine, magical?
Well, it is from an earlier time, so it's an ancient magic. Many years before there was Kobold Town. This is of course where the famous dreaded doom gates were, and there was lots of that elder magic, and this was found by our forefathers, and it was brought here, and they figured out a way to arrange it that would bring its power to benefit us.
Wow, that's pretty detailed.
This sounds right up your alley, Mr. Krillington.
Yeah, it is. We don't have anything like that where I live, but that's because the ice is melting, so nothing can stay on it anyway. So we have to figure out how to help that. Do you guys know how to help that? The ice melting? Does that happen to you too?
Melting.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. In Snowflake Island, where I'm from, it's melting, and I have nowhere to live almost.
Okay, so the one who was writing down the notes for the salted caramel was like, actually, that sounds quite like something we could solve in the ice cream lab. All we do is we freeze ice cream. I mean, really, I think there are more important things to be done, but we're making we're pretty much an ice cream based economy here, so it's become important.
I need to see this laboratory. This ice cream laboratory.
That can be arranged. It can be arranged.
I'm ready whenever you guys are. Arcturian, will you come?
Yeah, I love ice cream.
Well, and then the kobold and the clipboard, and he goes, "Who doesn't love ice cream?" And
what is this ice cream? I have to try this. We have to go.
And as you say that, the tiny kobold, he goes, "I scream," and then one of the other kobolds yells, "You scream," and then they all go, "We all scream for ice cream," and go off to the ice cream lab. He goes, "My name is Jefferson, by the way," and he hands out his claw to Mr. Kobold.
Oh, I forgot to ask your name. I'm so rude. I'm so sorry. Here's a pebble as an apology. Thank you.
And he looks at the pebble, and he's actually pretty he's pretty interested in it. How many pebbles do you have?
I think I have like 36 left.
Okay, that sounds right.
And I've been picking some up along the way, but I don't think I have those right now.
Okay, so you guys head off to the ice cream lab. We're going to cut back to Officer Tom. You've just entered the sewer with Hoskins and the wonderful Zazzla. So the first thing you notice is just the horrible, horrible smell. You're an undercover cop goblin, and this is the worst thing you've ever smelled. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I say, is this worse than the time I found all those dead bodies in that science teacher's class?
What?
Did that happen?
No. But I'm trying to be cool. You said con save?
Con save.
18.
16. So you start to feel a little sick, but you can just shut it down. You strength throw, and Hoskins is actually kind of like he's a little surprised that you're doing so well. Okay, take note of the structure. Can you give me a drawing of these pipe fittings here?
Yeah. Oh, what? Hang on. I mean, does he have a torch in here?
No, but there's dim light.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna use my my ink and my pen, and I'm gonna copy it down exactly as he says, to the best of my ability.
Okay. Why don't you just make just make a dex check with proficiency.
Dex plus proficiency 18.
All right, yeah, you do a fabulous job.
I get the shading
right.
Thank you. Yes.
And
and I definitely want to angle myself so that Zazzla can see that I'm an artist. And just say, the delicate features, those are things you really have to emphasize, because it's the small imperfections that really make a beauty what it is.
Okay, so you finish that, and then you notice that they've kind of like wandered on without you.
I'm gonna save that line for later. Put that little macaroni in a tat. I'm gonna go ahead and catch up and walk along the. I guess, is there a walkway? Is it like?
Yeah, you're on like a little walkway. Yeah.
Standard sewer. Okay. Yes, I'll catch up with him. Sorry, that wasn't you, Zazzla.
So you catch up with them, and they're over like the septic tank, and on the walkway, and they're deep in conversation, just kind of talking to each other, explaining how things work, adding different things, and being like, "Oh, well, it'd be so much more efficient if you put a pipe there," and blah 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 blah.
Wow, really cool date idea, Hoskins.
Why don't you make a perception check?
And I will perceive a 10.
Okay, so you just see this kind of disgusting. Is like the main junction of the sewer, and it is very gross. But you've already you fought it off, and
whatever.
sort of seeming from beneath you, you see this sort of ethereal hand reach through, and you're going to roll for initiative.
Oh my goodness.
And what did you get?
Nat 1. So
Okay.
3. I mean, that's where I want to be. Honestly, that's where it's, it's like a fantasy football draft. You don't want to be like in the top or anything. You want to go back to back.
Yeah, you want those sandwich picks.
That's what I'm saying. 3.
All right. So
can I
odds or
that?
evens?
Odds, baby. Give me odds.
Okay. So you see a shadowy hand reaches out. And, I think that misses. Is it a 10 hit?
A 10 will miss me.
Okay.
It's attacking me, so yeah, that'll miss.
Yep.
I make it look way harder than it was.
And you see the shadow disappear. Then it reappears just behind you, and it's going...
No!
Oh, man. He is not rolling well. I used all my good rolls on Izzy. Yeah, so that's a 10, so that misses again.
I'm glad all your good rolls were spent on convincing me to like bang you. Okay, so that misses me as well?
Yeah.
Cool. And I do a reverse matrix. I make eye contact with the Zazzla and I just curl my lip. Shrug my shoulders a little bit.
And Zazzla sees it. And she shoots out a firebolt. And, that's going to hit. And she does 5 fire damage. And she says, Hoskins, get behind me. And now it is your turn, Officer Tom.
Okay. Hoskins, get behind me too. And I'm gonna say, Zazzla, get behind me. And I'm gonna rush over and I'm gonna kind of get in front of her. And I say,
okay, it's engaged with you. So if you wanted to do that, it's going to take an opportunity attack.
Okay, then I'll take my bonus action disengage.
Okay.
As a goblin. And I'll disengage from that. I'll go in front of Zazzla. And I'm gonna pull out. Is there anything within 5 feet of me here?
I mean, there's just railings, really. You're like on a walkway above the sewer.
Okay, then I'm gonna pull my dagger out. I'm gonna throw it at the hand, and that's gonna be 14. Does a 14 possibly hit?
A 14 hits.
Okay, and that's going to be nice. That'll be 4 piercing damage as I throw my dagger into the dark sewers. I lean over.
And you see it's more than just a hand. It's really just this sort of shadowy, ethereal body. And it is going to reach out for you again.
Oh, no. I'm having flashbacks of the time that I got knocked out by those fake kobolds, and I'm just really hoping it doesn't happen.
And
in real life,
that's still not great. 13 hit?
No, 13 miss.
And then it disappears.
And I say, stay gone. Back. Good stay. Good stay.
Zazzla is going to shoot a firebolt at where it was, and strays. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Hoskins he's like, "You're doing great, Zazzla. I believe in you." And it's your turn.
I say, "Hey, Hoskins, you want to get on this? Can I? Would it take me an action to just take my other dagger and just slide it back towards him with my foot, or can I just kind of do that?"
You can just do that. I'll say that's your object interaction.
I'm gonna just slide my dagger back. I'm gonna say, hey, Hoskins, you want to get in on this? I'm gonna take my rapier out, and I'm gonna charge into the darkness like a G. And I'm gonna, as I turn away and I say to Zazzla, the glint off the rapier really makes your eyes shine, and I will bonus action bardic inspiration her.
Okay, and so Hoskins picks it up and he says, I'm not much of a man of arms, but I'll do anything I can to protect you. And you see he's looking at Zazzla.
Yeah, I'm already doing it, bro. Like, I'm already doing all I can to protect her. And I rush off in the night with my rapier.
All right, so make an attack with disadvantage.
All right. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Get out.
I think you're going to spin around and fall down prone.
Zazzla, I'm already doing everything I can. Whoop!
And you kind of hear like the faint giggle. And you like Zazzla is like trying to make like a real serious face. Like, that wasn't me. It wasn't. And Hoskins is like very concerned. He's like, are you okay? Are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just whatever. Just
see the shadow hands emerge. And that's a 21. So,
man, poor Hoskins.
You're gonna take no. Well, Officer Tom's gonna take 9 necrotic damage.
Oh, son.
And
man, Hoskins is such a good guy.
Oh, I don't have.
Shut your mouth.
Casey, do you have a D4?
I have a D4. I rolled a 1.
I want somebody other than Simon to roll a D4.
I rolled a 4.
Simon, you lose 4 from your strength score.
Ooh.
Okay.
That wasn't because you had a 1. I just didn't want you rolling the thing that affected you.
Of course. Because you're a competent DM. That's what you do.
Make it hard for you. Okay, so
do my arms just shrink? My chest becomes like concave. I get kind of skinny fat. Is that what happens?
Scafat is what it's called, for the record.
Scafat.
It's less of a literal thing and more of just like an internal feeling of just like wilting.
I think that's just like love fleeing my body. I don't think that's anything actually physical. I think it's just my heart breaking.
And Izzy yells, "Get back!" as she shoots a firebolt, and it's going to hit for 6 damage.
You say Izzy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Zazzla. Sorry, Zazzla.
Expecting the last-minute rescue of Officer Tom by Izzy.
I thought Izzy was going to save him.
Well, I'm going to wait till you guys...
I would rather die,
Look,
yeah.
Hey, I mean, the way Officer Tom things have been going, there's going to be lots of times to save him.
And she does still have that bardic. Okay.
Yeah, she didn't need it for that one.
And it's
let's
there
see.
if you want it. Don't mean to impose.
And then Hoskins is going to run up. And he says, "Stand back." And, oh, man.
Did he crit?
No, he didn't crit, but he got a 15, which is good enough to hit. And it was just, I just figured he's got just a straight 10, no modifier.
Wow, Hoskins.
And he does 3 damage.
He's
a pretty good guy. Yeah.
What's going on?
Maybe we should offer him a position.
How much did Zazzla get on that second firebolt? She got 6. I don't know. Okay.
Is that right?
Arcturian, do we really need him?
It's still up.
So I've just come here. I've fallen down. I've deflated. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I can come back
it's
from
your
this.
turn.
You do know that in every single movie where the guy gets the girl, he goes through this sort of like terrifying, just loss of strength.
This is like Toxic Adventure.
But those are movies. This is real life D&D.
Oh my god! I'm gonna spend half my movement to get up.
Okay.
I'm gonna charge.
He's right in front of you. He's right on top of you.
I'm still charging, Captain.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hit him with my rapier. Is that 12 to hit?
12 just hits.
12 just hits. Mama like. Mama really like. It's gonna be 5 piercing damage.
And with that, the shadow dissipates.
Officer Tom goes like, what? Because I'm not using, and I turn around and and in my head I'm like, act like you've been there, Tom. Act like you've been there. It's just all in a daze or night. It's nighttime. I think those shakes really make you kind of. I think they put a little bit of oomph in your step. I step over. Wait, Hoskins did it. Okay, Hoskins is up.
Yeah, Hoskins
I step over
he's
Hoskins anyways. I make a point to step over his feet. I know he's not prone, but I'm making a point to step over him. And I go up and I check out Zazzla. I'm like, yeah, are you okay? It's a good thing I was here.
Zazzla goes, you did a tremendous job. And then she looks at Hoskins and goes, Hoskins, you are so brave.
I want to ask him, I want to go, so what do you people eat here? Like, what was that? I don't know.
I think then Zazzla tells you, I think these are unrelated to the location. They've been coming after my family. There's some sort of assassins after us. It sounds far-fetched, but I think it's true.
Yeah, I don't
Officer
know.
Maybe, Tom, I need a favor of you. I need to look here and see if there are more here, but I desperately require a favor from you.
Okay.
I need you.
Okay, I'll do it.
Go check on Izzy.
I mean, you guys should probably lay off the ghost peppers. Okay. I will go check on Izzy because I'm a man of my word, and I'm very protective of your family.
And that's
because
a 15 persuasion, and she's going to use your bardic inspiration to make it 18.
Just twisting the knife.
Okay. Very good. Well, Hoskins, you just do what you're good at and look at shit. Zazzla, I'll go check on your sister. Just remember who the final blow. I just right in his little ghost thorax or whatever these things have. Okay, cool. I'll start. Are you sure? You sure? You don't need me? I mean, it's gonna. You're good.
Hoskins just turns around and goes like, read the room, dude.
Give me my dagger, dude.
Oh, he goes, oh, thank you.
Yeah, sure, right. I'm gonna pick up my other dagger. Also, I'm gonna loot the body.
There's no real body. It was just, it was something more ethereal.
Sorry, for future reference, I should just say I'm gonna collect evidence. That's what I. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You make a quick swab to see if there's any DNA. You can send it back to CSI.
Right.
And so at this point, we cut back to the ice cream lab. Jefferson is just so excited to share. This is his favorite thing. This is like Hoskins got sewers, Jefferson's got the ice cream lab.
I think we went with the right guy.
I agree.
Also, might be a problem why the sewers smell so bad is I think they only eat ice cream.
They need nutritionists.
Right.
Yeah.
And lactate.
Yeah. Talking to the two vegans about it. Some of them, they also do make, like almond milk ice cream. They make like
coconut,
non-dairy.
I do remember seeing some almond trees in the orchard on our way here.
They take so much water, though.
Yeah, they take so much water, but they taste so good. And he goes, This is my pride and joy, and my pride and joy. And you see this like very giant Tesla coil, and he puts out some
ice
milk.
Cream lab? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is an ice cream lab. You're in the ice cream lab.
Okay.
And the Tesla coil, it's like crackling like a Tesla coil, but instead of lightning, it is like you can see it's sort of cold energy. and he puts out just a tray of milk and just like raw chocolate and a little bit of sugar, and he hits the button on his remote, and little arc hits the tray, and it's a pint of chocolate ice cream.
Oh my goodness,
Wow.
This is amazing. How did you make this amazing device? This might be able to save my land. And what is that stuff? Ice? Why is it white?
Well, this is white chocolate. I didn't say that earlier, but we use, yes, it's white chocolate. But try some. It's quite delicious, and he gives you a spoonful.
I try it. I hate it. I think it's disgusting and sweet. Do you have salt flavor?
Do you have anything with salt, like on it, with you?
Anchovies?
Yes. I have some plankton, so I give him some of my plankton.
Okay, so he gets another tray, and he puts plankton and milk and a little bit of sugar on it, and he puts it out, and he hits the button, and he goes, "We have plankton ice cream just for Mr. Krillington."
Oh, thanks. One pebble for him. I try this one. It's much better.
He's starting to really like these pebbles.
He has two now, so yeah.
And he goes, "Arcturian, anything I can make for you?"
You like ice cream wise, or you make other things here?
I mean, mostly ice cream. What were you looking for?
Like mint chocolate, maybe?
Well, we have mint. And we have chocolate, and you hear just one of his assistants from the back is like, "We've never combined. No one's ever been able to combine the two." And
should we stand back?
Jefferson's like, "I like a challenge. Yes, stand back behind the yellow rope."
Oh my gosh, I hide behind Arcturian.
Yeah, it makes mint chocolate. It's a little mint chocolate chip. It's not. There's no fancy layers or anything. And
delicious.
Hands it to you.
Can I try a bite of yours, Arcturian? Can I have some of yours?
Yeah, but don't put any fish on it.
Oh, just try it.
Try it.
I give you a bite of mine. One bite of mine.
All
one
right,
bite of yours.
fine.
I look at you, waiting for your response and how much you like my ice cream more than yours.
Oh, it's really
huge eyes.
It's interesting. It's
Little Plank likes it. I hold it in my crab. Yeah.
Does Little Plank actually like it?
I think he does.
Okay.
I think he does too.
Yeah.
Well, this is amazing. We're kind of adventurers in training. I don't know. Is there anything that we can help you with? Quests we can go on for you?
I have only one quest, and that is to find the greatest ice cream flavors. If you find any flavors that you think will make great ice cream, let me know. Send them to me somehow, and I will reward you in any way I can.
All right, I'm putting that on the quest list. That's a good quest.
Would you say you need 31? Or...
I mean, I think 31 would catch all the flavors.
Okay, it's a good spectrum. Start there.
And I have actually a map. There's an ice cream gym in every city. And I need you to defeat.
Ice cream
not
method.
defeat, but just show that we have better ice cream than they do. And that I think that will be rewarded as well.
And so could you lend this to Mr. Krillington to fix his land?
I mean, I need it here, but I will gladly show you my designs. And
yeah, can I see the schematics?
Yeah, he takes you into his office and he shows you the schematics and the blueprints. And why don't you make an investigation roll?
Would you like
15.
guidance?
15? Or do I need guidance? Yes, I'll take it.
So you're still not exactly sure how you can make a machine or what parts you need, but you know that this will help you. This will definitely be included in some way. This isn't really the spark that gets you going, but this is definitely a tool that will be able to help you in the future.
I'll put it in my pouch.
And I feel like this could make your whole land delicious.
It'll be so good. Wait till my wife tries this. She's gonna be so happy, and my little Krill is gonna be so happy. She's like, wow, this is so good. Do we see anything else in the office worth noting, like sewer plans or stuff about
No,
Kobold?
it's all ice cream here. It's all
Just all ice cream. Okay.
You know, they do one thing, they do it well.
Are the schematics for this thing the same as the thing that gets the energy? The spire is the same layout.
No.
Okay.
And do you ask Jefferson about the schematics?
For the spire?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, the spire is less technology and more of an ancient relic. And there's no real schematic that we know of. Like we have access to the power within, but to recreate it would be beyond any of us.
So does the spire look the same as the rest of their technology, or is it like completely different architecture?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, they definitely have some things that are like inspired by it, but it's completely different. It's like it's alien.
Cool.
Does Jefferson know anything about the writing on it? Does he know what language it is, or what it says, or what it means?
You know, it is the language of the ancients. We've tried to decipher it, but I think it is outside the realm of our expertise.
Ancient. Okay. Lastly, so you think this device will help stop my land from melting?
You know, I'm not familiar with your land, but whenever my ice cream is melting, I zap it with this and it goes back to its normal state.
Okay, good enough. Thank you for your time. I give him one more pebble.
Oh, he's very curious about these pebbles.
In my homeland, we give those in exchange for services, goods, and other advice. So thank you.
Oh, it's like money.
I held my hand out for one too
eyes.
because I just gave him some advice. So I pulled out my flipper.
Should I give you one of these back, or should I give you like a gold or something?
A new one, silver. One of yours.
Whoa, these are mine. So here are 2 silver.
This is how you pay for stuff where you live. I've done this.
Yeah,
I put it in my pocket.
Yes, it is.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Should we find Officer Tom?
Do we know where he is, by the way?
Yeah, he's at the ice cream parlor. There's probably like a.
There's probably is he in this ice cream lab, or
there's a slide from the ice cream lab to the ice cream parlor.
Are we on the top floor, or is there like a balcony view, and we can see him? Or
you have no idea where he is and are unable to see him, but you do hear you're quite close to the train stop still, and you hear over the PA that being the next stop at the Kobold suburbs is temporarily being stopped due to police activity. Please avoid the area. It is very dangerous.
I think we should go over there.
Tom, you've left the sewers. You have Izzy's address. You have a vague idea of how to get there. You promised to her sister that you would save her. What do you want to do?
I imagine I'm just feeling defeated, and I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm hurt. So it's raining? Is it raining? If it could just rain over me.
Yeah, it's very localized. There's just a small patch of rain. And,
yeah.
Make a nature check.
I see. I see some I see a kid playing with nature check. Yeah. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah. You're positive it's following you.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
A sad rain cloud.
It's of course. And as I'm walking, I see just some kind of like circular, like a wheel from a carriage, and it reminds me of my unicycle. And I see some green leafy shrubbery, and I miss my bush. Zazzla dejected me. I'm just feeling very, very, very taut right now. But as it is, I will continue on to Izzy's.
Okay.
Yep.
Go finish.
Go ahead. No. I just think something stupid. Like when I get there, I hold the boombox over my head. Continue.
Okay. So we cut back to Arcturian and Mr. Krillington. You guys are by the train station. You just heard this message. What would you like to do?
Where's the action?
Can we walk there?
Yeah.
If the train's not running.
You do see a train, but they did say that they are not stopping. So you figure you'll have to get off the train some other way. But there is one coming. You're not sure how long it would take to walk there, but it's still a pretty small town.
Yeah.
Let's get on the train and jump off.
Okay.
Okay. You get on the train.
Bad idea, but.
The conductor, it's the same kobold in the train hat, and he goes to charge you, and he's like, "Oh, you guys already paid, so it's a day-long pass. I told you that earlier. You're going downtown to shop, I figure."
Yeah, we might stop on the way.
What he said.
Take a little detour.
Well, you guys know we're not stopping at the suburbs because of the police action. You heard about that?
Yeah,
right?
we heard you're not stopping. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get going now. So buckle in.
Okay.
I asked him if he's tried ice cream before.
Because ice cream it's wonderful. What's your favorite
It's
flavor?
so good. I got the plankton.
Oh, I like praline.
Oh, I hadn't tried that one yet. I don't know if I'll like it.
Is there like an observation car in the back? Can we look out the back as we're going?
Well, it's kind of Flintstonesy. Like it's open air. It's moving.
Oh, great.
It's almost
Oh, good.
We'll go all the way to the back.
I think I said that earlier, so we're sticking to it now. You go to the back. He's really too enraptured thinking about ice cream to really notice or say goodbye. You guys get the back, and you're leaving this very industrial district, and you start to see it kind of fade out and just more into homes, and then there's suddenly like parks and schools in between the homes, like little forested areas. And what would you like to do?
Well, do we see the train station that it's not stopping at?
Yeah, you see it. Well, it's a little difficult because you're in the back of the train, but you can angle it. Make a perception check.
4.
You're like, the station that they're not stopping at it's coming up right now. It's about 20 feet away.
Let's jump.
Let's just jump. I jump. We jump.
Onto the tracks, not onto the station.
I grab his hand and we jump. Oh, let's go, Arcturian. Low Plank's holding on to his chain.
So it's like it's like an elevated train station. So
yeah, so we won't try and make it onto the station. Just jump off the back.
Yeah.
All right, make an acrobatics check.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
23.
4.
Okay, so Arcturian, you're like a pro. You like you jump and you land running and you quickly get your balance. Mr. Krillington, it just sort of looks like a penguin falling out, and you're gonna take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As you fall.
Is Little Plank okay? Is the crab fine though?
Yeah, Mr. Okay. Little Plank's okay, and what's black and white and red all over Mr. Krillington after he jumps off of a train.
Oh my god!
You're more of like a tummy slider.
Yeah.
Like
Did I try sliding on my belly at least?
We need like a ramp for you.
Did it get all chafed since it's like not wet anywhere, just like dirt, and now my belly is all chafed?
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
Like a dry water slide. Okay. Okay. Ouch.
Okay, so you guys are really, other than that, you're very easily to get up onto like the platform and walk down the stairs or rush down.
Rub ice cream on my chafe. I'm sorry. I brought some with me and it kind of hurts and I think it'll cool it down. So I start rubbing the ice cream on it. But the thing is, there are little pieces of plankton in the parts. Just act like it's not there. Anywho,
just rubbing the ice cream in. Okay, so you get down there and luck will have it, you see Officer Tom running by.
Great, let's run
I
after.
start waving like this. Tom! You don't believe what we tried.
Oh, I have to talk to you guys something more important than wait, did I go see Izzy or I was on my way to Izzy?
You're on your way to go see Izzy.
Great. I got sidetracked. This is fine.
We'll run with you. Run and talk.
Yeah, I'm kind of just trying to outrun this storm cloud that's directly over me. I don't really know. Watch this. And I stop and move to the left and then to the right and then back to the and it just hovers over me. It's the kind of day I've been having.
I wash my hands.
We're fine.
Okay, the Arcturian and Mr. Krillington make a perception check.
Okay.
19.
10.
So 10, Mr. Krillington, you do not see a rain cloud. Arcturian, you're able to, maybe this was more of an insight check, but you're able to realize that this is some sort of manifestation of his feelings of depression of that Officer Tom is going through.
Tom.
I'm soaking wet. I'm just, it's pouring, like my shoes. I'm probably gonna have to throw these out. How are you guys?
Do you want some ice cream? I give you like half of my melted ice cream with plankton. It's so good.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, you really should try
There's
that
like
ice
blood
cream.
on it from rubbing it all over my stomach.
I say I'm not hungry.
It's also an exfoliator.
Yes.
Oh.
Fine. Be that way.
So you guys rush, and you're about 45 feet away from Izzy's house, and you see her, and she is alone, and she is fighting. Let's see, that's 8. You see her, she is fighting 3 of the shadows that you were seeing down in the sewer, and some other. It's just this grotesque thing that just seems like just like a sack of clothes and twigs and just some evil thing that has come to life and is clawing at her.
Wow.
It's your bush.
Is my bush in there?
Make a perception check.
That was a perception. Nat 20, 21.
Your bush has turned heel.
Oh, you guys.
You abandoned it.
Oh, well, you know what? It abandoned me. You're right. Looks like Izzy's got this. I think we need to go to the sewers. They kind of they need me to draw some pictures of.
You want to
At this
leave
point,
that teenage girl?
roll for initiative.
That's Izzy. She's, I mean. Okay.
Yeah, this is really fun. I can't wait till we're back at a table.
Evan, I have returning weapon, by the way, from last time.
Okay.
And I have those magic stones, and I cast it on my sling just so you have the returning weapon thing. I don't know how that works with the rocks, but
13.
12.
13 for Arcturian, 12 for Mr. Krillington.
And 11.
Tom.
Oh.
You could have
It's a little sandwich.
No. Kevin's going to roll a 10 or a 14.
20.
I'm going to let you guys know. I found these in the sewer. I think it's from eating those shakes. I don't know.
Oh, the almond shakes or the dairy shakes?
What did you find in the sewer?
Yeah, what'd you find?
We went in the sewer, and then this thing attacked. It's like those 3 things up there. They attacked us.
Oh, okay.
The creatures.
They're actually super brutal. I took one down, but it was kind of hard. It took about half my health.
One of them comes up. One of these shadows comes up to Officer Tom, and goes to grab at you again, but misses.
Oh.
Another one comes up to Arcturian and misses. And another one, the third one, is going to go after Izzy. And that hits. And what does that do? That does 9 damage.
Oh, boy.
And her strength is reduced by 2. Okay, it is Izzy's turn.
I hate to be a damper, but is Tom's strength still -4? Did that go away?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
so
it is.
funny. Oh, okay, sorry.
Tom, you look kind of weak.
It's
Izzy's
like my
gonna
-2 charisma. It's just...
2 attacks against it.
Been eating nothing but ice cream. You try it.
She reaches out with her sword, and that hits, and that's going to do 6 damage. And then she goes to punch it. Oh, and that hits 2. And that, what does that do? That's going to do 5 damage. So she does 11 damage total. That's pretty good.
Wow. Does it look like regular weapons are working on this thing?
Yes.
Because they're kind of insubstantial, you said.
Yeah, but they're pretty weak.
Okay.
So that's Arcturian. It's your turn. You're engaged with one of these shadows.
Okay. I'll try and stab it with 2 daggers. Let's see, I rolled a 2 and an 18, so I assume 1 will hit.
Yeah, so you gotta let me know which one you're rolling first, because which one gets the mod.
Oh, you're right. In this case, the mod was the blue one, the good one. So that'll be 6 damage.
6. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Mr. Krillington, you're up.
All right, can I see the eyes and stuff like on this bush or whatever?
Yes.
Okay, so as much as I like my ice cream, I'm gonna take my sling, put the ice cream in it. I'm gonna aim for the eyes, hoping it'll like cover their eyes.
Okay. Roll to attack.
I'm assuming they gave it to me in a cup or a cone. Oh. Okay. I don't think it's 7. Hit.
So a 7 does not hit.
Okay.
But since your sling is a returning weapon, your ice cream comes back into the sling. But it's a little
I
bit
eat some.
bigger. Like
That's okay. I have some. Yeah, I'll just eat a little bit more. No,
Officer Tom.
Man, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna. I'm engaged with one right now. So there are 3 of them.
There are 3 of these like shadow-like entities, and then another one of this evil bush.
And which one is Izzy fighting?
Izzy is fighting one of the shadows, and the evil bush is like halfway between you and Izzy.
Great. Then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hate myself in the morning, but say, Izzy, next to the sun, it's the moon, but it's still the moon. You're pretty good looking. Oh God, I'm gonna give her a bardic inspiration.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to try to cut this. I'm going to try to cut this one in front of me in half with my rapier, which doesn't really cut; it more pokes. So I'm going to try to just poke it in half. I guess just.
You guys were like all grouped together, right? Running towards each other.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get sneak attack if you hit.
Cool. That should hit. That's a 7. So.
No, that misses.
Oh, okay. That. Oh wait, that's not even what I was gonna do. Oh well. Great. So I missed, and Izzy's probably hot for me now. Happens.
Win-win.
And then you see the bush starts to move towards you. Officer Tom goes, "I have been freed from you."
Oh, you'll be back. You'll be back.
And it rolls a nat 1 as it tries to attack you with its first attack. So
where's your daddy?
Who wants a Brazilian?
It's so confused. It wants to hug you, but it wants to hurt you. And
we'll be together again.
And for the second attack, that is 13.
That's gonna miss.
No, it's gonna miss. So it's still really confused.
I love you too.
So it takes us to the shadows. I'm sorry, I said there were 3 shadows. There are 4 shadows because there's 1 on all of you. I misspoke earlier. So speaking 1 on all of you, Arcturian, the shadow, that's gonna miss. Mr. Krillington, that is gonna hit. I think.
18?
Let me.
You got it.
18.
11, 18?
Yeah,
18
so that's a dirty 20. So that's gonna hit. So you can take 9 necrotic damage and gotta
I
roll
dropped my
that
ice cream on my
D4,
foot.
and you lower your strength by 3.
Oh, you found a D4.
So I have a -3 strength.
No, your strength score, not your modifier.
Your strength score, not your strength modifier. And then Officer Tom. Ooh, that one is gonna hit.
Nope.
So you're gonna take 9 damage.
I am down.
Okay, what's your strength?
Yeah.
What's your strength score?
A 7. I'm good.
7. Okay.
Yep. Let's go.
So you lose 3 strength.
Uh-huh.
And you're down.
I have one.
And this one is going to go after Izzy. And that misses. It's Izzy's turn. She swings her sword. And that hits. And so that'll do... let's roll it. That does 5. And she kills her shadow.
Nice, Izzy.
The shadow falls down dead. And she runs up to the shadow over Officer Tom and punches it square in the face, maybe. Yeah, she hits it. It's a little offside, but she makes contact. And that does 5 damage. And that takes us to Arcturian.
All right, bonus action, healing word on Officer Tom. That's 6 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
And then, since I've already used my bonus action, I'll take the orb out and make a bong and toll the dead on the shadow next to me.
Bong, nice.
I don't know if this is going to work on the shadow, actually, since it's necrotic damage.
Yeah, so it fails its wisdom save, but it doesn't seem to be phased by the necrotic damage.
Damn it.
And that takes us to Mr. Krillington.
Okay, who's left? The bush and shadow?
The bush and 3 shadows. And you're engaged with 1 shadow. And there's a shadow over Officer Tom and a shadow over Arcturian. And the bush guy is over by Officer Tom.
Okay, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. So, that's like 20-foot cube. Deck saves.
So I think without getting any of you, you can get 2 shadows and the scarecrow.
That's
the bush?
Good.
The bush, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Same thing. And then they have to 13.
Okay, so the bush passes. Shadow on Officer Tom fails. And the shadow on Arcturian fails too.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Huge.
And do anything else you want to do?
That's all I can do.
Okay. Officer Tom.
I want to do that thing where I like kick my feet up so hard I land.
Okay, so use half your movement to do that.
I'm gonna use half my movement to do that. I'm gonna look at my bush. I'm gonna yell it, and I'm gonna say, "You were the one. You were supposed to be the one. We had plans." And I'm gonna stab it. If I'm by it, yes.
Yeah, and
okay.
You have advantage. Oh no, you don't have advantage on that. Sorry.
No advantage, but is it engaged with another?
Yes.
Do I get sneak attack on that?
You got sneak attack, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I do roll with advantage?
No, because the bush passed.
No, it's not.
If you go for the shadow, you have advantage.
Yeah.
I thought it was the shadow.
Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And what I will do is, so I'm going to stab my bush.
Stab that bush.
Okay, and that'll be cool. Cool. Okay, so that's 5 plus 5. And I'm going to use my goblin feature, Fury of the Small, dealing my level extra damage. So it'll be 12 total as I use my rapier to try to perforate it like a piece of elementary school paper.
Yeah, you stab right through it. It's a great hit and still standing though.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, with probably my dying breath, I'm gonna say, Arcturian, you got, I don't know, your boots are cool. And I don't know why I'm making the death sound right now because I'm still up. I have 6.
Yeah, you're probably like half your hit points.
So that's a D6 of bardic inspiration for Arcturian. It's cool boots.
Thanks, man. Hey, are you gonna ask the bush about your unicycle? Because probably it was an eyewitness.
Yeah. Maybe he saw something. That's a good point.
As the bush's turn,
I mean, call him a witness. That's the real term.
And it's gonna make 2 bush claw attacks. Gonna do one on Izzy and one on our Arcturian. So the first one on Izzy, that's gonna hit. That does 6 damage to her, and she has to make a wisdom saving throw. And she passes. And the other one misses Officer Tom.
As it hits her, I kind of want to just go, no, oh no.
Careful.
Okay.
14 deception.
And so it's the Shadow's turn, and got 3 shadows left. One on Arcturian, and that's going to hit. So Arcturian, the shadow just reaches into you and just zaps some of your strength out of you, and you take 9 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
And your strength score goes down by 1. And Mr. Krillington. What is that? That is 17, so that misses.
Oh, thank goodness.
And then, let's see. Simon, odds or evens?
Odds, baby!
So it goes after you, but it misses. The third one. And that takes us to Izzy. She takes out her sword and goes off against the shadow that's on Officer Tom. Oh, and she crits.
And she had advantage.
Wow,
yeah,
she's
she critted with
into me.
advantage.
That's disgusting.
So she does 5, 11. Yeah, that one is dead. She just cuts it in half. And you just see the shadow body just kind of split and stand for a second and then just fall down.
And she's on the other side?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's hot.
And then she's going to go after the bush. And that hits 2. And, she's a kobold, so she actually has advantage on all of these.
Oh, yeah.
That still hits. So
She's going
she
after the bush. I kind of like her a little bit more now.
She does 6 damage to the bush. And just stay away from Officer Tom.
Wow.
And that takes us to Arcturian.
All right, I'll attack the shadow on me. First attack with advantage. 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
I think both attacks have advantage because it's fairy fired.
Yeah. I just don't have enough d20s.
Okay.
That'll be 7 damage. Second attack. Second attack is 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that's another 2 damage.
And that one dies. You stab it the right and get left on the other side, and it just evaporates.
And am I engaged with anyone now?
No, you're not.
Okay, I'll back up a bit.
Okay. All right. How far back do you want to back?
20 feet.
20 feet. Perfect. Mr. Krillington.
Am I still engaged with one of the shadows?
You are still engaged with one of the shadows.
Do I have advantage on him? Is he fairy fired?
No, that was one that passed its fairy fire. They're gender neutral.
I was like, are they fairy fired? No. Okay. 13 hit.
13 does hit.
5 with my hand axe. Slashing.
Okay. Even though you're sapped, you're able to still get at it. Anything else?
That's all I can do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nope.
Officer Tom, you just saw Izzy just like destroy the shadow and take a swap at the bush, which is still standing in front of you. There's also a shadow by Mr. Krillington.
All right, whatever. I'm gonna let's see. The one next to Mr. Krillington is fairy fired.
No, all the fairy fired ones are dead.
They dead. Okay, and yeah, cool. Great, good job. I'm gonna run over and hit the one next to Mr. Krillington, and that is
you're engaged with the
it's bush
with the bush.
Oh, well, I'm gonna hit that then.
All right, hit that.
I'm hitting it. I'm gonna hit that bush. I'm hitting the bush.
Izzy's like, yeah, hit that bush.
I'd hit that bush.
Yeah, I'm hitting the bush. I got it. I know how to hit a bush. 12 to hit.
That hits.
That's fantastic. Is it? Do I get sneak?
Sneak attack. Yeah, you get sneak.
Okay, cool. 7 hitular points.
It's still up, but it's starting to look hurt.
Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to disengage from the bush, and I'm going to get like a safe distance away, sort of positioning myself. What I'm imagining is like in between the bush and the shadow, but like 15 feet away from either one.
Okay.
All right.
Izzy loses her advantage if you do that. But
yeah, I don't.
You don't
care.
I don't care.
All right, so the scarecrow, the bush looks at you with its horrifying bush eyes, Officer Tom, and give me a wisdom save.
Oh. The bush has never stared me down like this before.
It's an enlightened bush.
Oh. Okay, wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 9.
You are magically frightened.
I am good. Oh, what? I'm frightened?
Yep.
Does anyone else see that?
You're frightened and paralyzed until the end of the scarecrow's next turn.
Does anyone else see that?
What? What did he say?
Okay.
So there's one shadow that's left on Mr. Krillington, and that's going to miss. It goes out to reach you, and it just completely biffs. And it takes to Izzy, who's going to beat up this paralyzed bush.
Wait, the bush is paralyzed?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, the bush is not paralyzed.
I hit it that hard.
Oh, God.
I got it backward. What is that? That is... eight. What's your bardic? Is it a D6?
It's D6.
Okay, so she uses the bardic and she hits. And that's going to do... max damage. That's going to do 9 damage.
Whoa.
And that's just enough. She cuts the bush straight in half. The bush falls down. Izzy runs up to the other shadow. And I think that misses. Oh no, she just hits the shadow. And that is...
Wow, Izzy.
Man, Izzy, save some for the rest of us.
Pathetic, right?
What?
And the shadow's still up, but...
Oh.
She does that. She winks at Officer Tom. And Arcturian, it is your turn.
All right, I will load my light crossbow and take a shot at the shadow.
Okay.
That's 16 to hit.
That hits.
6 damage.
All right, the shadow dissipates.
Whoa. Thanks, Arcturian.
Man. So these come from the sewer, you said?
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh. Sorry,
Are you okay?
I got a little caught up in the moment there. Sorry, I felt like, I don't know, you guys had this. I just needed to felt like if I held still, it couldn't see me. It seems like it worked.
Yeah, their vision is based on motion, I've heard.
Yeah, these things are from the sewer. Apparently it's attacking Zazzla and whatever her other family, or it seems to be targeting them. Hoskins, we went to the sewer. That dude is a total pussy. I'm telling you, this guy has like I had to like give him a dagger, and he was just like, he held it on the wrong end. It's all flopping around.
Oh yeah, people, you give them a dagger, they hold like this, right? It means they've never been in a knife fight.
That's what I'm saying. And yeah, so he was just pathetic.
Wait,
but
I thought Izzy was kind of into him. Maybe you shouldn't be talking him down so much in front of her.
oh well.
Izzy. Well, let's see. Let's make a perception check.
I thought Izzy like.
Yeah, so Izzy's like,
Zazzla likes Hoskins. What a confusing.
Izzy's like, oh, Hoskins is a dweeb. I get enough of that talk from my sister.
Anyway, so they're coming in through the sewers. It seems like they're trying to mess with their family, and as I keep telling them about it, I catch out of the corner of my eye my fallen bush.
Did you get a chance to ask about the unicycle?
I pour my ice cream on the floor for him and say, "This is for our fallen friend."
So sad.
This is so sad.
No, it looks like Kevin.
Yes.
It looks like I can close the case of the missing bush.
Yeah, a little
All right.
imaginary high five in your head, and like little music plays, and it just sort of fades out. It's like very very kind of like Chips moment.
Can we do jump high five, freeze midair, cue saxophone, 80s cop music?
Yeah, and then just kind of fades to like a blurry like picture of us.
I'm gonna go to my. Anyways, I'm gonna go to my bush. Do with that what you will, but I need to have a proper goodbye.
Go forward to your bush,
and you might find some clues about the unicycle.
I had 1 hit point left for the record. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I had 5.
Good. So inspect your bush.
Oh, I'm gonna. I inspect. Do I need to inspect my bush?
Why don't you roll? Just roll a percentile die for me.
Is my bush under 25?
There's no advantage on this.
Cool. My bush. Oh, the bush over 18. 66.
Okay, so roll 3d6.
Okay.
4.
Welcome
to my life.
10. 14. It was a good bush.
So you guys find 14. What is it? EP electrum pieces.
Whoa.
Which I believe that is. We'll have to double check, but I think that is 7
rich.
gold.
Wait, I thought
it was 28 gold.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Is it 5 gold for 1 EP or?
Oh wait.
We're gonna look that up.
Why do they have different currencies in this world? Like, one currency is hard enough.
Wait, how many do we find?
In our world.
Somebody write it down.
I think it also depends on 14. I think it also depends on inflation. And sometimes if there's a pandemic going around, that can lessen the value.
Well, Mr. Krillington has introduced a new currency to this land, and that's really just going to throw things off.
Pebbles.
I think each EP is 5 gold, so that's pretty good.
Oh, okay. I was kind of guessing because it's in the Dungeon Master book. It goes like SP, EP, GP, so it made me think that EP was less. But
maybe you're right.
We'll look it up. We'll find out. Let's say that it's that for now.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna make a pyre.
You're gonna burn your bush?
Yeah. I'm gonna burn my bush. I'm gonna say, he wanted freedom, and in the end, that's what he got. May he find peace in another life. I'm sure this is just totally making Izzy hot. I don't care. It's disgusting, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna burn my bush, sending its ashes into the night sky.
Oh, bear.
And I'm gonna cry.
Wait, do you want to keep some of it so I can do something cool to it with my tinkering ability? Fine.
He just wants to say goodbye.
What did you want to do, Mr. Krillington?
I don't know.
Farewell to bush. So I looked it up, and an electrum piece is half a gold. So it's 14 electrum, 7 gold.
7 gold.
Well, thank you.
All right. Now what?
I'm feeling pretty weak and hurt.
I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want to put some ointment on my stomach.
Oh, and when I was lighting the match for my bush, I was probably just striking it over and over again, but not being able to really get the flint lit because I have a 4 strength right now. Does that sound right?
So Izzy has this happened to you before, Izzy?
It hasn't happened to me, but I've heard tale of people in my family and other important members of Kobold Town have been attacked, and several have been killed. This is the most anyone has seen at once. Something must be happening.
Izzy, did you know that when I inspired you, to aid my party in battle, and you split that demonic poo demon in half, and you parted it in the middle, and I saw you, and I know you did that for me. Like, that was like pretty pathetic. It was like a little bit over the top. I don't know if
she
you meant it.
She laughs and just kind of waves her sword. She goes, "You are too much."
Yeah, I mean, you just don't
I think
touch
he's
me.
so funny.
No,
He
no,
is
I'm not.
hilarious.
No, I'm not funny.
So funny.
I just,
Tom, oh Tom.
look at see
okay.
that bush? This is how I treat my loved ones. And I kick it.
So,
Oh, okay.
and anybody with a passive perception over 12, you can just hear Izzy mutter, "I love bad boys," and
Not me.
I heard that. Told you he's so funny.
okay. So do you guys want to rest? You guys want to rest in Kobold Town, or do you guys want to go back to Glen Falls?
I think we should go and rest in Izzy's house, and I'll distract her so that Tom can go and check out the medicine cabinet.
Hey, Izzy, do you live nearby?
Oh, yeah. Me and Zazzla live right by.
Oh.
Can we stay at your house for 2 pebbles?
I mean, you can just stay. I'll take the pebbles. That's very nice.
Nice.
Do you have pebbles at your house?
I mean, I do now.
Yeah, Arcturian, I go from making the sign oh, we'll stay at your house. I'm just like, no. And she says, oh, I live with my sister. And I go, I'm pretty low on health right now. We need to go rest. It's been a long day.
Okay. Officer, tell him, make a luck check. Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get. Don't add anything to it.
6. It's a very lucky 6.
Okay. So you guys head back to Izzy's. Izzy opens the door and everybody make a perception check.
What kind of place is this? Is it nice? Is it are they kind of a well-to-do family?
It's nice, but it's modest. It's okay. A nice maybe 3-bedroom home.
Okay.
I got 4-bedroom because one of them's an office and another one's a guest room.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5.
9.
Yeah.
Perception?
Yeah.
Ooh, 11.
Okay, so Izzy opens the door and you see on the couch is Hoskins and Zazzla, and they're kind of straightening themselves up a little bit, and they stand up and they're like, "Oh, welcome."
How did they beat us here?
Wow, you guys are fast.
What smells in here?
I asked Zazzla, she has some ointment for my chafed belly.
Oh, she's like, yes, come here, you poor thing. Officer Tom, make a perception check.
Okay, that's a 13.
That is 13. You notice that there's a little bit of something from the sewer on your shoe.
Okay, I will take my shoes off respectfully.
Are we supposed to?
Yeah, so what smell? And that was what we...
Yeah.
Is this a shoe off household? And
you're adults. Just clean up after yourself if you make a mess.
Does Mr. Krillington wear shoes?
Nope.
Oh, just checking.
I have talons.
Oh.
And feet.
Just free talons.
Cool. So Hoskins, while you were, trying to impress with whatever you do, I fought, 4 more of those things plus a bush, plus my old friend turned nemesis, the bush.
That's so sad. We got here just in time to see Izzy slash that shadow in half, but
because it seems like you were here for a little while. I mean, been great to have some help. A real man would step up and help his this woman's sister. I guess someone he's maybe interested in, but I could be wrong.
Zazzla interrupts and she's like, "Oh, we haven't been here that long. Just one hot sec, really hot." And she looks over at Hoskins, and he kind of blushes.
I need a drink.
Hoskins goes, I need to head back to Glen Falls tomorrow and trying to start implement some of my findings here right away. Would you three be able to escort me back?
No.
You're such brave.
Yeah, we gotta. I don't know. There's a lot of. I kind of want to go to that ice cream shop again and try another flavor.
We have to rest. Maybe you and Tom can share a room tonight while we all rest.
Go
in the morning.
That's not a good idea. We were both in the sewer.
Hoskins, I'll take you back. They can spend more time here at Izzy with the ice cream shop and.
Hoskins, there's something else we got to talk about first. I believe you and your partner sent us here to massacre the kobolds.
Oh, and Zaz,
and I go,
Zazzla goes, "Oh, Hoskins told me about that cruel." Oh my God, I have to look at his name.
That's a nice wingman.
That cruel Rogernald.
I have to look that one up.
And Hoskins was like, "Look, I need to go back. We need to talk to Rogernald because clearly he's kind of dumb, and I think he got mixed up with the bandits and the kobolds living in the town earlier, and he was just sort of angry, and we can just talk him down."
Well, Hoskins,
I heard he was having really fun at Drink with Your Cousin Day, so I think he'll kind of chilled out, forgot about this.
Do you think there's any chance he's the one sending these creatures after the leading kobolds?
Yeah, that's
Look, I don't think he's the best intentioned person. I don't think he's evil, and I would be astonished if he had some sort of necromantic power to summon evil things to kill his enemies. You met him. Does he seem like the type of evil mastermind type?
Hey, you know what? I don't know. I thought I knew that Butch, okay? But, sometimes you think you know someone and you don't. And sometimes you know someone. Sometimes you're stuck in a sewer with someone getting attacked and find out they don't have a dagger. But, oh well.
I'm so funny. Oh my gosh.
Izzy, where's that drink?
Tom, you're hilarious.
Izzy's like, "Oh, do you need a dagger, Hoskins? You can have one of mine. I have a whole arsenal upstairs."
Don't bother. He doesn't know how to hold it.
But so I have some milkshakes here. Do you guys want some milkshakes?
Oh, I haven't tried one of those yet.
Oh,
definitely.
You're gonna love it. And Izzy puts her arm around Mr. Krillington and takes him over to the kitchen. And you guys, it's pretty late at this point, but you guys, I think you can take a long rest, or you can go to downtown, check out some of the shops.
Maybe we could take a long rest and then go to the shop.
Yeah, perfect.
Does that work for you? Well, I'm not in the room, but I'm yelling it from the kitchen, I guess.
You guys
does that hit
a long rest, and your strength scores go back to normal, and
oh, I erased what my original strength score was, so I'm gonna guess it was like a 20.
Well, what is your strength score now?
Okay. Well, okay, fine. It was 11.
Sad 4.
And guess what? Guess what happens?
Does Izzy visit me in the night?
Izzy and Tom.
Hook up.
Did she try to come in and do something weird?
Izzy gives you like a kind of knowing look before you go to bed, like an insight roll.
She has a pet bush.
I really don't need to make an insight roll, but with proficient insight, that's 16. Yeah.
Well, you didn't need to roll an insight for it, but you get the vibe. She's probably not going to make the first move, but if you went over to her room, she wouldn't complain.
Can I add, sorry, out of character. Can I ask, how different does Izzy look than her sister? Because I imagine it's not a big difference, but I'm just really
asking the real
it's
questions.
Not a huge difference. Like, it's it's one of those things where probably like when they were much younger, like she was considered like the tomboy, but like now that they're like both adults, like like She's also very good looking.
Disgusting. I mean, she's just trying way too hard. Okay.
Plus, that'd be robbing the cradle, I assume.
As long as she's under 25, I got it. That's what you kept saying earlier.
So what happens after a long rest?
So let's see. There's a guest room, an office, and a couch that somebody can sleep on. Where do you guys want to sleep?
I'll sleep with Hoskins.
I call
Okay.
couch because it's similar to like a nest.
I'm not touching that disgusting couch.
So they have like a little pull out in the office that for Officer Tom. Office for Officer Tom. And well, is there something you want to do before you go to sleep, Officer Tom?
I want to look for any type of books on the arcane.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Magic. Okay. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine. That's a 23.
This is a 23. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Goblin, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. You.
I'm sorry. With my background, I speak Snarky Teenager. So.
You find what look like two magical tomes, but they are, they're two tomes about magic. They're not like innately magical, but they're written in two languages you don't understand. One looks very familiar because you see it all throughout town, and you imagine it's some language the kobolds speak. The other, you're not sure.
Okay. And those tomes, they're big-ish, I'm assuming. Can I translate them? Can I just write down what they have, or am I going to try to steal them?
I think you could make like a rubbing of the cover, and I guess, how long do you want to stay up to copy it?
I need my long rest, so not much. I guess I could do like kind of a.
Yeah, you could do like a rubbing of the cover. Real police work. You'd put a piece of paper on, and yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
I'm just sleeping or roosting or whatever.
And
sliding.
You wake up in the morning, and you notice two things. The first thing is there is a letter laying on your chest, the wax seal of the family.
Oh.
And your chest hair is gone.
The family.
Mm-hmm.
The umbrella organization for the Bang Gang, whom I've been investigating back at home, trailing them out into Glen River Falls.
Yep, the thing that sent. This is much like the letter you found that sent you on your way to Glen River Falls.
Oh my! But it's not from Izzy. I immediately relax. Can I open it?
Yep.
Okay, my strength is back to normal, so I can open it.
Yep.
I open it. What is
There's one word underlined 3 times, and it simply says Xenix. Xenix. Do you want to know the second thing you notice is?
Yeah.
Second thing you notice is you've leveled up to level 3.
Oh, nice. Oh, I get a ton of stuff at level 3. That's
wow.
Cool. So come back next week. Everybody's going to have all fun little toys to play with on their new level.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think that's going to be it for tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Like to give
everybody for watching.
Yes.
Especially Callum.
Thanks, Callum. Hi, Callum.
Special shout out.
If you
thanks
like
to
this,
Gamescape.
Thanks to Gamescape for sponsoring us in spirit, and thanks for everybody for watching. And I hope everybody's doing well. And you can always follow. I'm on Twitch and Twitter as O'Shea Computer. Cassie, what's your Twitch?
Bibliomancer with a 0.
Ooh.
Look in the chat. That's where my name is.
And Simon, Casey, anything people should look for you?
SF Vegan Bro on Twitch. I'm pretty useless, but I feel like there's going to be a Officer Tom Hansen on Twitter maybe in the future. Watch out for that.
Maybe in the future.
Nice.
Casey?
Lord Random Factor on Twitch.
Sweet.
It's an honorary title.
Legendary.
Wow.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't touch your
Thanks,
faces.
everyone.
Thanks. Don't touch your face.
Have a good quarantine.
Bye.